Hey guys, it's your girl Carrie, and today I am in Homegoods, and I went around and collected all the different types of flamingo serveware that they have to show you how you can incorporate this flamingo trend without breaking the bank. So whether you are poolside playful, classy chic, or Hollywood glam or understated elegance, we've got your flamingos covered. So let's first start with the poolside playful. So I would think of using this navy blue and pink flamingo by the poolside, and even this tray right here reminds me of poolside playful. And then you also have these melanin flamingo plates that would go with the poolside playful theme. And let me give a few tips on how I would incorporate this without breaking the bank. This particular tray here cost, cost $16.99. Now instead of actually purchasing that tray, again, the flamingo thing is a trend. You wouldn't have much versatility. You don't want to use the same thing over and over again. I would actually opt for a tray that might be in those colors. I would probably do the solid color, something like that, instead of actually buying the flamingo tray, and then incorporate maybe some napkins or fun dishware like the melamine plates. So I would probably pair these two together, because then I can use this in a different way with the same color scheme, and it doesn't have to be the same thing. So these melamine plates are $7.99, and I would not buy the larger dinner plate, because again, when you're out by the poolside, you're just kind of nibbling and having snacks. You're not really sitting down having a full dinner. So I would take this and pair it up with just maybe some other white dishes that I already have at home, put that on the tray, and then I would also just focus on maybe going to Five Below, buy some of the blow up flamingo pool, elements, or even buying a flamingo beach towel. Now this thread right here is really gorgeous. I call this the classic chic, and this again is maybe outdoor eating because it's a melamine plate, and you can go out and just kind of sit on your patio and have lunch or even dinner. And here again, I would purchase just the bowls, and it has the flamingo motif on here, which is really cute, and the bowls are $2.99. And here you have the black and white striped plate. This is great because it doesn't have any motif on it, and you can incorporate this and use this in many different ways. But when you add that plate on top, boom, there you go. This next look right here I call Hollywood glam. It reminds me of just glamorous. And again, I found this beautiful marble tray with the bamboo handles. You can see it's just absolutely gorgeous, and it fits in with that whole tropical motif. And these gorgeous flamingo glasses, you have the tall Collins glass, the stemless wine glass, and the wine glass with the stem. And I think this is really nice, but one of the things that I would do instead of buying this entire set, I would probably just get a couple of the glasses and then just mix them in with my regular plain glasses of the style. And you can get any of these kinds of glasses plain from the Dollar Tree, and that would just blend right in. It gives you just enough a hint of the flamingo, but also without breaking the bank. And these are $3.99 a piece. And also, I would kind of shy away from any of the trays that have all of the flamingos on them. But this tray right here, this marble tray with the gold bamboo handles, is great because it's perfect to fit in with the tropical theme. But you can also use this in a multitude of ways throughout your home, on a coffee table, or in a bedroom, anywhere. And you can use all different themes. It has no limits to just being a tropical theme. And then I would just pair flowers that kind of mix in with that color, so that you can just get versatile. Again, here is a beautiful little tray. This one's kind of more understated. It's toned down. It's a little bit elegant. Now this last look I would call understated elegance. This is just a stemless wine glass with an antique to silver flamingo embellishment attached to it. I think this is absolutely gorgeous, and this would probably be my first pick out of all of the stemware. I would probably pick this one because again, it has that flamingo motif, but it's not in your face, and you can use it over and over again. You just kind of put that there, and then maybe put down some colorful napkins, and you're good to go. Again, you only need a couple of these, and I think these are $3.99. Mix these in with your regular plain stemware, and you're good to go. And then back here, again, in our Understated Elegance theme, is this beautiful tray. It has, you know, no color to it. It's made of wood, and it has the flamingo down in the bottom. This tray is really beautiful because if you look at the detail, it has the nice antique gold handles on the side, and it's not saying too much about the flamingo. So if you're not a colorful person, this would be perfect for you. But again, you probably would shy away from purchasing this. This is $30, which is not a bad price, but again, you're limited. I would probably just go with the marble tray with bamboo handles because it provides much more versatility. And this tray is $49.99, but again, I would go ahead and spend the extra 20 bucks because I can get much more use out of it. So I'm going to share how I spent $5 to incorporate the flamingo trend into my summer entertaining. So first up, I have these gorgeous flamingo plates that I scored on clearance at TJ Maxx, and they were $1 a piece. They only had 2 of them, but that's okay. I also picked up these cute little flamingo napkins for $1 out of Target Dollar Spot. That's $3. Then I picked up a pack of 25 straws for $1 from Target Dollar Spot. And then I also picked up a pair of the drink parasols from Target for $1. So those are the 5 items I spent my $5 on. And everything else on the table I already had, and most of the items you guys have seen already. So you guys seen these cups here in the sleeves in some of my previous videos, most recently my Mother's Day tablescape. These are the larger ones. They're the soft drink and beverage glass, and then the smaller ones are the juice glass for breakfast. I have 8 of these larger ones, and I picked that up for $5 at a thrift store, and I have 6 of the smaller ones that I picked up for $2 at a thrift store. So if you break them down individually, each one of these cups were under $1. These little cups right here are from the Dollar Tree, the stemless wine glasses, and I have several of those. And then there in the back, those blue stem glasses, those iced tea glasses or beverage glasses, I picked those up several years ago. There were $1.91 for 3. So again, those break down to less than $1 each from the thrift store. This I picked up on clearance from Ross for $1, and you know, it separates. And here is some cute little blue flatware that kind of goes with our plate. I had these for several years, and I picked this up from Ross. You can get some really inexpensive flatware from Ross. This is a service for 4, so there's 16 pieces in there, and I believe these were $6.99 or $7.99. So when you break down the cost, it is cheaper than the little cheap flatware that's in Dollar Tree. So check out Ross. And some other flatware that I also picked up for Ross, these were $7.99, are the bamboo flatware, bamboo handle flatware. And again, these break down to be less than what you would pay in the Dollar Tree. So again, do the math when you're trying to divide up items that come in a package to see if you come out better than the Dollar Tree. And oftentimes you'll also end up with something much cuter and better quality. And here I have this cute little dish towel. It just says, if you were a fruit, you'd be a fine apple. And again, I did not make everything flamingo because I want to be able to have versatility. So when I think of the flamingo, you can also group all tropical things together, whether it's the flamingo, the pineapple, you know, the leaves, and things of that nature. Put that all together so that you can actually then incorporate many different styles throughout the summer without having to be stuck with just the flamingo. And in the back here, I have this Tommy Bahama fabric. You guys know I love fabric. Already had this in my stash and got it from the discount fabric store. It's a couple of yards. It's like 2.5 yards, and I got that for $1 on clearance. And this will be perfect for that theme. I can use this fabric to cover a table for a buffet. The next time I can use it as a tablecloth to cover my table. Then I can cut it up and turn it into napkins for each place setting. So the possibilities are endless when you use fabric. Then this beautiful tray back here, it's kind of like a wicker and bamboo tray. It's very sturdy. I picked this up from the Goodwill. You probably saw this on my Instagram from months back. And I picked this up for $5. And this is great because it's 2 pieces. You have the white serving dish, and then you also have the tray that goes inside. You can separate these two, so I love double duty. And this can just act as a tray. You can put drinks on it or what have you. And then the next time you could use it, you could just put the tray inside and line your food up on that. And I just think that's absolutely a great versatile piece. Over here I have just appetizer forks and dessert spoons. And this is really cute because it has the motif on it. You see the palm tree, and that, you know, screams tropical. And the palm tree motif is on this one as well. So it just blends right in. You can just put that with this and everything goes together. Then I had these on hand from previous parties, and these are just the bamboo picks, and these are perfect for, you know, putting into your cocktails. You can just put fruit on that and make a skewer, and it just can accent your drinks. Or you can also use these to stick down in your burgers when you make burgers on the grill. These are just a perfect addition to any, you know, tropical party. Another item that I thought would fit in well with this theme is this sleeve for the Fiji water. And this one's really nice because this has a bamboo detail on it. And basically what you do is buy the Fiji water, and this size is for the liter size Fiji water, and you just stick your Fiji water down in the sleeve, and it gives it an elegant look. So again, you can incorporate your water, your food, and everything to fit within your theme. They also make just the plain silver sleeve for the Fiji waters as well. So I do have both of them, but for this theme, we'll use that one. And here's a cute little margarita pitcher that I picked up for a couple of bucks. Then back here, you cannot forget your pineapples. Again, instead of buying the ceramic pineapples, those can be quite expensive. Why not incorporate real pineapples into your overall decor? These pineapples at Aldi's were $1.29, so these would be perfect to do triple duty. You can use the pineapples, you can actually spray them vibrant colors like the colors that are on this plate, and spray paint them, and maybe spray paint the tops gold, and then line that down the center of your table or on your buffet, and that would just be your centerpiece. You can also scoop out the inside of that pineapple and use the pineapple part as a cup or, you know, for a beverage. Or you can cut it in half and lay it down and use it as a serving dish. So you can put other fruits inside of it after you remove all of the flesh from the inside. And then there in the back, always, you know, have some fresh flowers. Now, if you look at mostly everything that's on my table, pretty much with the exception of the tea towel, the fabrics, and the little smaller plates, the salad plates or the dessert plates, and the napkins, everything else is neutral. And that is how I like to do things, because again, I like to be able to get the most bang for my buck and switch things up, because I can then in the back use those blue glasses for something totally different. It could be Easter, it could be even Christmas time. I can just, you know, use them for other things and other themes. So the takeaway that I want you to have from here is don't go out and purchase an entire set. Just get a couple of things so that you can kind of inject it into your tablescape and get the feel of that particular trend, but make sure that mostly everything else is pretty neutral so that you can use it over and over again in a ton of different ways. So what I'm going to do now is show you how I would set up a mock tablescape for different types of events. Imagine these little spoons here are appetizers. Again, all I had was watermelon. I'm recording this in the middle of the night, but I would probably have put watermelon, a little bit of feta cheese, and some basil or mint, and then drizzled it with some salad dressing, and then you just had a tasty little bite. That would have been there. Then we have our drinks over here. This is just our little Dollar Tree stemless wine glass, and I just put some fruit on one of those little skewers right there, or you could have done it the other way and actually just stuck in one of the straws and the umbrellas, and then I just placed it on one of the Flamingo napkins. And then here we have our plates and our forks, and in the back I don't have that here because I don't have anyone coming over for anything to eat, but on that little tray I would probably put little mini sliders or little mini hamburgers or something like that, something more substantial and filling. And then over here we would have our water. If we finished our drinks, we could drink water. So that is an option for just hanging out, chit-chatting, talking, and you got your little flamingo vibe going on there. Now, if we were having a quick breakfast, this is how I would set the table up. You guys seen these chargers before. I would put that charger down. This is just a Dollar Tree plate, your basic white Dollar Tree plate. Just put that in the center, and then I just chose to use the little blue flatware. And then I just chose the coordinating flatware. And then here I selected the little juice glass, and you would just use that in the morning to pour your juice, and you are good to go. A cute little tropical setting. You would just have a little floral arrangement, and there goes the water if you want to have water in addition to your juice. Then we would just bring out the carafe to hold the juice. And in the center, again, all I have is watermelon, and I had not cut the pineapple open, but act like this is breakfast. It could be a fruit tray, and then you can also have some other items spread about for breakfast foods. But this is the gist of it. This is look number 2. Now here is look number 3. We are just having a casual lunch, and here I just took a yellow Dollar Tree plate, sat it on my placemat, and again, this fabric is not cut up yet, so just imagine that this was a napkin. I would just kind of have the napkin folded in the center of the plate, and then we switched out our breakfast juice glass for the soft drink glass, the larger one for lunchtime, and then we also incorporated the bamboo flatware, and everything looks really nice. This would be perfect for a lunch. And again, I would probably use the tray for lunch and put our lunch food items on that tray to set the table. So again, here's another way to incorporate all of those pieces. Here's our final look for dinner. So I started off with a plain old blue Dollar Tree plate, put in a yellow Dollar Tree plate, and then our little flamingo plate right here. And then we have our yellow cutlery, and then we just put in our blue stemmed glass. So I hope this gave you a few ideas as to how to just take a couple of things, incorporate them, and you don't have to be too matchy-matchy or commit to the entire trend so that you can get different looks. And throughout the summer, I will actually be using all of these things, so when I actually put together the actual tablescape or the actual setup, I will be sure to post a picture on Instagram. Don't think I'll be doing a video on each one of these since you pretty much saw all of the dishes, but I will put a final picture on Instagram. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and until next time, I'm going to keep calm and carry on. Bye guys.